Shadowbringers. Picking up where we left off. It looks like I'm having a little bit of trouble with my... I'll see if I can get that back up and running. If I can't, basically, the short version is, got kicked out of city by Sin Eater, mind control, Jabba the Hutt man. And found Alice, and people turned into Sin Eaters, and everything's bad. But we already do that, and so I'm riding a whale. We're going down to, I'm just going to teleport there. Look, I got the gill. I might as well use it. I'm going to be lazy. Yep, we got the nectarine. The not poisoned nectarine. Knock this down a little bit. I am getting new headphones, just so that way we don't get a feedback loop with the stream. Would love a nice stew right now, actually.
Speak up if you'd like another helping. I made a little bit more than usual today.
I do really like Tesleen. Seems cool.
And you've added something special to the broth, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, thank you, Tesleen.
Well, it's not often we have visitors from the Crystarium, so I may have thrown in a few extra bits and bobs.
I am short. You shouldn't have. Ooh.
Oh, it's nothing, really. And we do so rarely have guests.
I mean, it sounds like you have quite a few guests. It's actually quite a problem.
In a place like this, you learn to take what moments of happiness you can get.
I don't have the Lalafell experience of being short, but, you know, I did pick the shortest height on the slider that I could go.
I knew there was no way to save her, but I just couldn't face what needed to be done. That's the way of it for most people. Why they travel from arms to stay here. Beaten, broken souls come to wait out the inevitable, to receive the mercy of a painless death. When my mother finally left this world, I was mad with grief, but also thankful that her passing was a peaceful one.
Oh no, she's gonna die, isn't she? That's the thing. Whenever I say I like a character, like, they die almost immediately afterwards. It's like a death sentence. I should just not say anything. Also, like, you know, she's looking up into the sky, you know, the light, and we're just chilling here, being short. Let me be wrong. I'm gonna be wrong. They could have picked like an orange. Like, I hate to be that guy, but it does from some angles look an awfully lot like the peach emoji.
Even when you believe they go on to a better place. I often find myself wishing the Warrior of Darkness would come and do that part for me.
The who, the what now?
The Warrior of Darkness?
Is this the first time you've mentioned?
Heard the tale. I'm not sure where it began, but every child in Norvrent could tell you a version of it. Warrior of Darkness, servant of death, take care of our souls at our dying breath. let sinners and eaters of sin go with thee, that all may return to the sunless sea. Well, that's the version I was taught anyway. It's just an old bedtime story. He's certainly never deigned to visit us here.
Which is a good thing, surely. He sounds rather ominous.
Do you think so? I always liked the idea that he treated every soul the same, even the Sin Eaters.
Hey, bro. Y'all doing okay? Y'all doing alright?
They're coming.
You,
Desleen! Have you seen Halric? I swear, I only took my eyes off him for a moment.
Well, that doesn't sound good. I'm sure everything's gonna be fine, and we're gonna find him, and then we're gonna throw a big party, and everything's gonna be okay, and there's gonna be fruit, and not the poisoned kind of fruit, just, you know, the happy kind of fruit, and everything's gonna be fine, and this is just a big old thing, and he's like, I'm feeling better, and everything is great. That's what's gonna happen, definitely. Yeah. Also, narratively, I am thinking of switching to being a Reaper. Once I hit Samurai level 2, I'll make a decision if I want to switch back. Just been doing main scenario quest. Like, I'm still gonna level Samurai, but like, I think from a narrative perspective, I'd like to just have that reclass. Unless someone's going like, no, Samurai is the best in this expansion. I found myself suddenly under attack. Hey, buddy. Hope you're doing okay. Why do I always hold my make you? Like, I really should just open with that. So here are some of my predictions. Some of my predictions are that I'm gonna get infected with the bad light juice. And so there's gonna be a big bad. That's what I think. Alright, Subaru. Alright, where is it?
Any sign of him? No luck then. But he surely can't have gone far. We should keep looking. The Sin Eaters are out in force, and if we don't find him soon, you can be sure they will. Did you see the size of that thing? It must be one of the nasty ones. Wherever it's going, it can only mean trouble. After it!
So we can kill it. Look, if the small ones are attracted to the big ones, and we kill the big ones, I'm just saying that might make our lives a little easier.
There it is!
Oh, that's not good.
Is that... Oh, oh no!
The voice acting is very nice.
Ulrich!
Nice. Good hit. Good hit.
Run!
Oh.
Tessling!
I hate that.
No!
I hate being right. Wow, that's a haunting shot. Oh, it gets worse. Great. This is why I don't say things.
We all deserve happiness, wherever we can find it. The time left to you is precious. Mother, I...
Oh, no. Oh, wow, it gets even worse. Oh. Oh, it gets so much worse. Wow. Oh. Oh, this is horrifying. Ugh.
No!
Wow. Words can't describe how much I hate that. Oh, At least Halrick's okay. I would say look on the bright side, but I don't want to look at anything bright right now. That was terrifying. Make me do it. Great. Oh. Hey, Wilford. I hope you're doing alright. You're my favorite. I don't say things. I was like, wow, she looks cool. I wonder if we're going to have, like, growth of a character. If she's going to be like the new Oshafont. and it's going to be great. Turns out she was the new Oshafont and just completed the cycle just way sooner than I thought I was going to. Spoilers for Heavensward. Completed the cycle just way sooner than I thought. Like, great, awesome, cool. This is why I don't talk. I say I like a character, it's like a death sentence. Just perfect hair. You need a hug. I think we all need a hug. Everything's awful all the time. Well, I feel like my title is much more appropriate. Like, I got a scythe because I thought that it would look cool. Like, I'll just show you. Like, I got a scythe because I'm a nerd with... I mean, it's not the worst. It's just, you know... I don't like it. Problem is, there aren't a ton of, like, Reaper outfits that I'm like, oh, this is, like, really cool and I would love this. I mean, I'm waiting for a little while just to give myself a new set there. Where are we going? Chrysanthemum? Oh, so I tried to figure something out. I was like, okay, so it feels like years have passed, like between A Realm Reborn and Heavensward and Alamigo and it's been a whole development. And we know that like outside of game, like the original version of the game with like Louis Soir and all that stuff. We're in a time bubble where nothing ages. It's like it's all the same year. The same thing has happened. It's just all been the same. And like, I don't know how much I believe that, because like, we've made a whole lot happen in the span of a year, and like, we haven't even done this entire expansion yet, and we haven't even done like Endbringer, which I imagine that thing is probably happening in Endbringer. Not Endbringer, Endwalker. So, like, this is a cliff. So, like, I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, so, like, how much time, like, has actually passed? Like, if... It'd be an interesting video if you went through, like, the entire, like, main scenario quest line and just did, like, okay, so... You know, just looking at like at cutscenes and like scene changes and whatnot, what is the minimum amount of time that has to have passed? Like, we don't count seasonal events because seasonal events make no sense within the lore whatsoever. But like, what is the minimum amount of time that has to have passed in game? Like I'm curious because again, I suspect it's been years, at least a couple, between where we are now in Shadowbringers and the start of A Realm Reborn. But like, this operates on like South Park line, and perhaps like I'm putting way too much thought into this, but like. Again, going back to World of Warcraft, everything was static, but like it was in like certain zones, and it didn't really matter that much until you got to Cataclysm, where it just completely upended the entire world, and everything was shunted forward like 7 years, which like it makes sense. It can like a lot of the new players, it was lost on them, but like you know, for the players that were playing in Classic like me, it looked like or something. Or like a guy that had like a child, or sorry, he was flirting with a girl, and you helped them in a quest to get together in Classic, and then it went to Cataclysm, and they're married, and they have a child, and you know they're very much in love with each other, and like you know things are retroactive and whatever. But like, I don't know. I think for like the main scenario quest line, like. You know, you can say, like, oh, yeah, remember when Bahamut attacked, like, 10 years ago? Or, like, remember, like, when, you know, Oshafan died. I just picked up a new ability. Cool. Died. It's been, like, 3 years now. Like, I don't know. Like, the time bubble doesn't bother a lot of folks, but, like, it bothers me a little bit, because the passage of time and growth as, like, characters and people, like, that takes time. It takes energy. And, like, to see it, like, just, you know, it's like everything that happens in Final Fantasy XIV, every action, everything takes place within 1 year of time. Like... I don't know, that kind of ruins my suspension of disbelief. Like, if they just said, like, oh, it took place over this period of time. Like, you know, over the span of, like, you know, this 5 years or something. Like, that's, you know, like, I'd feel better about that.
Better is not the word I would use.
I don't know, I might actually go through, and this would be a huge undertaking, the entirety of A Realm Reborn again, and also Heavensward, because I really love Heavensward. Going through all of them just to like do like a tally. I wonder if somebody's already done
Some
that.
lands may have been spared the flood, but the survivors live only to suffer. There seems no end to the horrors inflicted by the Sin Eaters.
Indeed. Those abominations are a calamity in their own right. And I can well imagine how hopeless the task of eradicating them must seem to you. But after countless battles and untold sacrifice, we have identified a potential weakness. Sin Eaters are drawn to serve the strongest of their kind, a class of creature we call Light Wardens.
Would you look at that? It's me being right over here, being super cool. Oh, only a handful. That makes our job
Just as
easy.
an ant colony will perish in the absence of its queen, we believe that the death of a Light Warden will cause the lesser creatures within its sphere of influence to
Very nice.
Concerted action we take against these monsters. Volthra's command over the Sin Eaters is integral to Yulmoran society. In seeming to guarantee his people's safety, it guarantees their obedience. He will not take kindly to us depriving him of such useful allies.
Agreed. Thus we will need to occupy or otherwise divert his forces whilst we proceed with the business of eliminating the Wardens. Until we have done so, all other considerations must be set aside if we are to forestall the 8th Umbral Calamity.
Again, it's okay, it's established we have a ticking clock here, but like...
Your uncertainty is understandable, given the circumstances. Perhaps a more detailed explanation is in order. To begin at the beginning, then.
Things.
In the ancient past, a single star was divided into 14 worlds.
Yep. Alright, cool.
This is the source, your home. These others are the 13 shards, in whose number we find the first. Though physically separate, they retain a connection to each other, and with the source especially.
Alright.
Now, let us assume that a given element in one of the shards attains abnormal ascendancy. Just as water will flow from the highest point to the lowest, the excess energy will begin trickling into the source. Flux of ether will of course exert a palpable influence. If the element in question were fire, then drought and wildfires might ensue. If it were ice, one might expect the weather to turn bitterly cold. As ether continues to pour in, such phenomena will become more and more extreme, until eventually, a single, untimely event triggers a disaster which cracks the barrier dividing the two worlds. What was once a trickle now becomes a deluge, sweeping the shard along to be rejoined with the sword. At the same time, the element which held sway in the shard is unleashed in full, its energies amplifying the original disaster to truly catastrophic proportions.
Okay, so we have the influx of light aether from the first, but what about the 13th, which is, from what I understand, absolutely consumed in darkness?
Might swell to a size capable of drowning entire nations. These devastating events are what we refer to as umbral calamities. 7 times has a calamity befallen the source. 7 times has a shard been absorbed.
Oh, okay, it already happened. Okay, that makes sense.
At present, the light-drowned realm of the First stands perilously close to meeting the conditions for a rejoining. It is the Sin Eaters who are to blame for the Light's continued dominance. In addition to attracting their lesser kin, the Light Wardens I mentioned earlier radiate ether, saturating every corner of their territory with light. Even here in the flood-spared region of Northrend, their influence is strong enough to banish night from the sky. Thus, if we are to restore balance to the First and head off a potential calamity, it is imperative that we put each and every Light Warden to the sword.
Alright.
We've been doing our best to take the fight to the enemy ever since we first heard the Exarch's explanation.
Though we have yet to claim any meaningful victories if truth be told. Apart from
because I'm not
being
here.
profoundly elusive.
Forgive the interruption, my lord, but Hallminster Switch is requesting reinforcements. They say the Sin Eaters are attacking in force, and the village could soon be overrun.
Ooh. Well, isn't that convenient?
Alert the guard. We should be prepared in case the fight... You have command of our forces in the field, Captain, but hold off on entering the town until I arrive. That goes for Alf.
My lord.
Interesting salute.
Pray, lend us your strength. Such a fight will provide you with far greater insight than any explanation I could offer.
At the same time, I also want to be a bunny. I wonder if we can get this floor pattern from my apartment. It is pretty nice. Alright, time to go save the world. Where am I going? What do you mean unattuned? I wonder, okay, so like, this is a reflection, but like, are there different, like, is there a Thancred of the First who lived 100 years ago and died? Or, and Ishto, like, there are differences in this world that, like, you know, there's more light here, which means that things change, which means that different people met at different points, or different things happen, which means relationships and understanding change, which changes when people, fall in love, children, whatnot. Like, how much of that is, like, changed? Like, not to mention, like, you know, at which point of divergence does a person still become a person? Like, are you still you if the experiences and the things that have happened to you, that shaped you, that defined you, happened differently or didn't happen? Like, how much of you is genetic and how much of you is, like, sociological, if you get me. So, you know, on the First, if things happen differently, if the person that would become Thancred, assuming that they exist, like, do they actually become Thancred? Like, maybe he decides to take up competitive yodeling instead of becoming a Scion of the Seventh Dawn. And I'm gonna go. I might be putting more thought to this than I should. You know, in a game where we're stuck in a time bubble because they have decided that everything happens within the span of like a day. But it's fine. Oh, so I did do off stream the Monster Hunter Final Fantasy XIV collab one, and I was like, this is interesting. And then I saw the was there singing in that? Hey buddy, how you doing? Gemstone Trader. Now trade with you. I have a few gemstones. I don't remember what I did to get them. The Knoll card. Interesting. Lakeland Elf Tree. Oh, home. Okay. Lakeland Riding. Clever Dispeller. I get more of those elsewhere. Never mind. Just gonna tune ourselves quickly. I'm happy. Is this Revenant's Toll? Like, it feels like it's, like... Because I don't think it's, whatchamacalled? The Waking Sand. It might be, actually, it is on the coast, so actually this might just be the Waking Sand. I don't know, I got, like, the strangest sense of deja vu. Norvrand. Okay, it could be the Waking Sand. Could. So Norbrandt has the folks that we did see in Thanalan. So this might actually be the Waking Sand. Maybe. That being said, this looks a lot more foresty than Thanalan. That being said, this land has had some problems. And, like, again, it's not necessarily direct correlation. Like, what I talked about earlier with people also happens with environments. And 100 years is a long time. Like, you know, a lot can happen to an environment in 100 years. Like, if you go to, like, West Virginia in the United States, for example, 100 years ago, a lot of that was, like, strip mined and just completely bare. And, like, a lot of the rivers and stuff were just completely decimated, polluted. But like now, there are areas that are completely covered in trees that have become wildlife havens that serve as an important nesting area and ecologically vital for the survival of whole ecosystems across the United States and North America. And so, like, a lot can change in 100 years. There can be a lot of healing, there can be a lot of hurt, a lot of things can happen to an environment. And so, like, my question is, like, you know, this is very clearly Novrand. This is, you know, which is not forever. But, like, I'm interested, okay, like, what is that castle there? Anyway, we're gonna talk to the Crystal Exarch, who is totally not our Allegan catboy friend. Perfect. My light's cooler. Okay, here's what we do. We take the Light Warden and we move it somewhere else. Preferably to a place that is overwhelmed with, like, dark aether, or, like, I don't know, the Void. The Void looks like it could use a little more interior lighting. And last but not least, I think it doesn't say my name. Like, the Warrior of Lights kind of has a bad reputation in this place. Oh. Well, that's pretty nifty. We're not doing a trial right now. We're doing Allminster Switch. 11 minutes. That's not so bad. Gives me time to watch a guide.
Comfort. It all starts.
No, it doesn't. All right. Didn't even finish the ad. But hey, that's fine. Okay, we're just gonna, Alright. I love seeing a warrior. It was great, Alright, well, the warrior used his, the I'm not dying ability. Oh, okay. Hi. Workable. Alright. Okay, so that was not the move, but you know what, that's okay. Big pull from the tank, but I mean, warrior is, you got a lot of self-healing. It's a lot of fun, and so and you can get away with some of these larger pulls. Oh. Hi. What do I do? That wasn't so bad. A little late on the third eye there. Well, it just, everything looks like less than ideal here. Where did the fire come from? Oh my gosh! Who was cooking and just left everything on? I mean, I get it, you know, you're under attack by, you know, a lot of these monster things. Like, I would forgot to turn the stove off, but like, this just happened. And those buildings are made out of stone. speed left to run out. And then I'm gonna guess that the next area is the boss, so I'm just gonna let my gauge and everything fill up so I go in. Yeah, it looks like it. Ooh. All right, what do we got? Oh, huh. Not what I expected it to look like, but okay. Ah. Help out the tank a little bit. Don't need to break the chain when you can just kill it. That works. Oh, we have the sad celebration again. I wonder how different that would have been on a solo.
It's releasing its ether! Fall back! We cannot let it touch us! Quickly, my lord, we must withdraw!
That will not be in 100 years. For each we have put down, another has risen up in its place, born of the self-same ether relinquished by its predecessor. But now we have a way to contain that corruption.
You're looking at me.
The blessing of light. And the hero who...
It's me. Well, I'm not reeling in agony at this point, so I imagine that I'm okay.
Behold! The monster's power is broken, and the world, twisted by its touch, returns to its rightful form.
Yeah! It's night! Ah, those folks making, like, awning shade for porches are gonna be real unhappy. But for everybody else, this is great news.
It's so beautiful.
Alright, one down.
The sunless thing. The warrior of darkness has come.
I'm giving a cheesy thumbs up. You can't actually see it, but like... doing great.
Is that what I think it is?
The night sky. As it should be.
Who are you people? You killed a warden, then bathed in its ether as if it were a spring shower, and now the sky? The legends are true.
Dragonborn.
How many years have I waited for this moment? For the one possessed of her blessing? For you. You have vanquished the Light Warden of Lakeland, and for the first time in a century, darkness has returned to the mantle of light. Without the ever-present light to sustain them, the Sin Eaters will have no choice but to retreat. Yet our victory is far from complete. Though darkness has fallen here, the other wardens yet bask beneath burning skies, feasting upon what little life remains. Even should it cost me all I have, I would see each and every one of them slain, that this world might be spared from oblivion. Not only for the first, but for the source as well. Save one, and we save the other. But, be that as it may, I concede it was wrong of me to summon you to this fight against your will.
I have another question. So white Orosite can absorb a ton of aether. Hypothetically, we could also use that maybe to deal with light wardens. I mean, temporary, but like we can work on that maybe.
On my life, I will one day atone.
Do what you
I
gotta
beg you,
do, no
stay
hard
and
feelings,
see
bro.
this fight to its conclusion. Cast down.
Of course. Oh, hey! Your axe is still very
On
bloody.
behalf of the First, I offer you my deepest thanks.
I understand there is much at stake here, Exarch, but why do you risk yourself so readily? It must have been a dangerous drain on your ether to summon even one person across the rift.
I do it for my people, of course. To give the Crystarium the tomorrow it deserves.
Simply curious to know what prompted you to commit yourself so completely to this particular course.
There are things which we can ill afford to lose. And I sensed from the first that I had a part to play in preserving them. Forgive me. I fear the events of the day may have taken their toll. Despite appearances, I am an old man. One burdened with many difficult memories, some too painful to recall.
Well then, I'm sorry for pressing you. It's a family failing, I'm afraid.
One which has served us well more often than not. Needless to say, we will continue to fight at your side until the last Sin Eater is defeated.
Come then, my warriors of darkness. Let us gather the surviving villagers and make our way back to the Crystarium.
We're not. Alright. I'm sure he's fine. Alright, pretty cool. Yeah. I'm gonna imagine not well. I mean, I'm happy to tell her the whole truth, like, right now, no? She seems rather trustworthy. I mean, I like the characters whose name begin with L. Louisoix, Lena, Levior, Leanna, Almeric's friends. There are probably others. I just can't really think of them. Oh, that guy that betrayed us joined the Crystal Braves and then betrayed us again. Can't wait for his redemption arc. I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, just like the old days, Alpha Bro and me. Hey, buddy. Alright, well, we're gonna go back to the Chrysanthemum. And we're gonna switch things over to Reaper. Perfect. I mean, it is. What time is it? 6:23 a.m. That is not what I would describe as the perfect time to go to bed. I need to get a better plan there. Especially if I'm going to be leveling this. Like, I use the Thavnarian set pretty often. Go to. Interesting opportunities, you say? But, you know, it is what it is. What time is it? Oh, it is actually getting a little close to dinner time. So I think I'm going to finish up this leg of the quest line, and then I'm going to call it a night. Alright, what do you got for me? Oh, the Warrior of Darkness. Who could have ever done that? Well. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to level a magic DPS class. You can't make me. No. I'll deal with them later. No, I won't. I'll deal with them. Alright, what do you got for me? You wouldn't happen to be a nerd. I am perfect. Alright, cool. I mean, look, nobody knows who I am here, so like I would expect to be tested. Alright, well let's go for the big tough man. Mr. Dark Knight. Name's Granson, bounty hunter by trade. When I first laid eyes on you, I had a feeling you were a tough bastard. The sort that must be mistaken for that warrior of darkness folks have been talking about recently. That's right. I don't know why I gave him that accent, but it just seems like it fits. Prize. Alright. I haven't played in quite some time. So what even is? Ooh, I should get a new ring. Yeah. Hmm. Alright. It's gonna make me level on magic class. Does Blue Mage count? Hume Loud. Interesting. Alright, well, I mean, I got all these side quests. I'll pick them up later. I might do them on stream, I might not. Alright. Welcome back. Yep. That is actually quite funny. I imagine that the candle makers are probably really looking forward to an increase in business. Should have invested in some before doing this.
So it's your lot's turn to be the warriors. It's funny how things work out. Well, I did warn you. I followed you to Yulmore and then on to Armarang. And I was there when you slew the Light Warden. I remember them from our battle in Source.
The what now?
They're your friends then? Through thick and thin?
Oh, right. You never actually got their names.
Aye. Then I suggest you keep them close. It's when you charge ahead trying to save someone else that you end up losing those you love. What will it cost you this time?
My man, look.
I don't remember when it was that I learned regret wasn't worth the bother. You get numb to abandoned principles.
Well, we get some insight into...
So this is what the light was hiding.
Friend?
She's here. I must go to her.
A ninja? Alright, cool. Cool. Getting a new friend. Oh, if you could just, you know, stop for a moment. Oh, okay. Never mind. Don't, whatever you're doing, don't stop.
Fan out and fight them.
Who do we got going? Who is it? Who is Estidian? Let's go!
Out of my way.
Stay your weapon. We are not your enemy. When the alarm sounded, I wondered what we had done to betray our presence. But I see now we are not the only intruder. Sir Estinian, I presume. The dragoon who plucked the warrior of light from the jaws of death? Your armor is most distinct.
Much as yours once was. But even without it, I see a former legator still has eyes and ears in unexpected places. Van Baelsar, in the flesh.
Shinian's got a
Though
glow
I
up.
understand you prefer Shadow Hunter.
You are in contact with the Scions, I take it.
Through no choice of my own, they tracked me down and conscripted me to their cause. I swear the receptionist was trained as a spy. Not that anyone can escape that Baldessian woman once she has caught the scent of your ether.
If they have resorted to using freelancers, I must assume their attempts to wake the afflicted have failed. And what of their champion?
Away on other business. Thus, it has fallen to me to root out any trace of the Empire's new weapon.
If it is Black Rose you seek, you are too late. My people have already completed your mission here. Yet this is but one factory among many. When they caught wind... There will be no one left in the lands they conquer. No citizens to conscript. No skills to exploit. Nothing the Empire needs. And they will call it victory.
What exactly does this Black Rose do?
Poison. But its actual effect is more arcane in nature. It was created to conceivably kill every inhabitant. And all without damaging a single structure.
Search every corner! Roll the barracks if you have to! I want this facility secured!
I have more questions, but now is not the time.
Sir Estinian, I have an offer for you, but I will make it only once. Since it would seem we seek the same answers, you are welcome to join us.
Estinian's a solo act.
In case you don't know, Varys himself confessed that your empire was a creation of the Ascians.
I am aware of what his Radiance said at the parley. Thus I would return to the capital, that I might behold the truth of this corruption with my own eyes. My path leads to Garlemald.
Ooh, alright. Well, I think we're on patch, like, something now. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to my room real quick. Yeah, nice room, I gotta say. Alright, well, on this note, I'm going to call it a night. Hope that you all have a lovely evening, and I will see you later. This is Leo, signing off. Goodbye.